Muy buenas y bienvenidos, mis queridos amigos y amigas, al resumen del Ubisoft Forward que ha sido hoy mismo. Gracias a todos los que habéis estado, hemos tenido regalitos y seguirán mañana nuevos regalitos. Mañana tendremos la mochila del Resurgence Military Backpack, que podréis ganar viendo el directito en el TITO YouTube en Twitch, o sea que no os lo perdáis. Pero vamos a hacer un pequeño resumen de lo que hemos visto y luego os pondré todos los trailers, ¿vale? Lo primero, mañana mismo tendremos la beta del The Division Resurgence. Os podéis apuntar ya en la página oficial que tenéis en la descripción y en la mayoría de los vídeos del Resurgence y participar en esta nueva oportunidad, en esta nueva prueba para jugar al juego de móvil del The Division, ¿vale? A partir de mañana mismo. O sea que no debéis apuntaros ya. Es un juego que os iré contando todo el contenido porque es como un The Division 0.5, es lo que hablo yo. Es como el The Division 1, ¿vale? Con el mismo mapa, zona oscura, pero con la historia antes de que llegaran los agentes de la segunda oleada del The Division 1, que es donde empiezas ya. Muy chulo, vais a ver gente conocida, vais a ver cosas muy chulas. No os lo perdáis, muy importante. Luego también vamos a tener una beta del Skull and Bones en agosto. Dejadme que os mire la fecha exacta para que no haya ningún problema. Va a ser en 25 y 28 de agosto. Luego vais a poder ver el vídeo, no os preocupéis. Nada más acabemos de hacer el resumen, ¿vale? Os voy a dejar todos los trailers con los... A tope. O sea que del 25 al 28 tenemos beta cerrada. Del 25 al 28. O sea que regístrate también ya en Skull and Bones Games. Luego la gran sorpresa, FAMILIA. Tendremos beta abierta del 21 al 23 de junio y el juego saldrá en verano, ¿vale? O sea que atentitos porque seguro que no tardará mucho en salir a la palestra este gran juego. Del 21 al 23 de junio, ¿vale? Apuntároslo bien, 21 al 23 de junio, aquí me lo estoy apuntando yo, ahora mismo. Tenemos beta abierta, en principio, para todo el mundo. Han dicho que saldrá más adelante este verano el juego, o sea que junio, julio, agosto, puede ser. En agosto, por ahí, ya lo sabremos. O sea que ya lo sabéis. Han presentado Star Wars gameplay, Avatar gameplay, es una locura. Ahora os dejo con todos sus trailers, pero ya sabéis, a partir de mañana podéis jugar al Resurgence, ganar una mochila viendo el TITO, a tope, y tenemos betas del ex Defiant y del Squad Monster. Mucho más por venir, ¿vale? Aún no tenemos fecha del todo de Star Wars, aún no se puede reservar, así como el Avatar. Todos esos ya podéis reservarlos sin ningún problema. Y también podéis jugar con el Ubisoft Plus, con el Uplay Plus, a sus ediciones más tochas, ¿vale? Lo digo por si os interesa porque es la versión que yo voy a elegir, ¿vale? Yo voy a jugar con Ubisoft Plus y además ahora tenéis 7 días de prueba. Es el momento de poder probar todos los juegos de Ubisoft en sus versiones Ultimate, o casi todos, gratis. 7 días de pruebas de Ubisoft Plus, ¿vale? Muchas cositas más que ahora veréis, ¿vale? Assassin's Creed Mirage, Assassin's Creed VR. El Avatar sale en diciembre, ¿vale? En 2021. El 7 de diciembre de 2021. Pues si os interesaba la fecha. Por lo demás, mejor que lo veáis vosotros mismos con estos trailers, que espero que os gusten mucho. Para más, ya sabéis dónde encontrar. Un abrazo muy fuerte. Hasta la próxima.
A Ubisoft original. In a stylish living room, a man slips on a MetaQuest 2 virtual reality headset and grips a controller in each hand. Crystal-like shapes form around him. Then he becomes Connor, deploying his hidden blade on a rooftop in the Revolutionary War era. He drops to the ground in 2 swift plunges and, drawing an axe, slams it into a redcoat before aiming a bow and arrow at several other British soldiers. The location shifts, and the character transforms into Cassandra, firing an arrow at a soldier in ancient Rome. Another soldier attacks, and she sword fights fiercely with the helmeted adversary, rearing back to deal him a brutal blow. The player transforms first to the man in the living room, and then into Ezio, perched on a rooftop in the Italian Renaissance. He drops, swings off a pole, leapfrogs over a beam, and dashes across boards to a wooden platform. Spotting soldiers below, he extends both hidden blades and plummets toward them. The crystal-like shapes give way to a view of the living room where the player lifts up his VR headset and stares off with a satisfied expression. An A-shaped logo appears, Assassin's Creed Nexus VR. Add to wishlist on MetaQuest.
Bring around.
Jet black hair with blonde ambition. Couple cool kids on a late night mission. Kick it old school, this a new edition. Bankroll, Libro with no audition. Hurry up, babe, please get ready. Take too long and then I might get petty. Need a little, you know what, to keep steady. Cause the night's so young and the pole so heavy. Light is that kind of night. Breakfast so light. Everybody dripped up to the nines. Girls don't need the guys. Big room in the room can't handle us. We don't know the words, so we're all just singing. La 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 la. La 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 la. Everybody la 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 la. We don't know the words, so we're all just singing. Look at me,
beam of light flows upward from a building's dome, then a logo appears, Ubisoft. A man pushes huge doors open and leads two others onto a battlefield littered with bodies.
When entering Mount Kaf, your mission is clear. Find Prince Hassan and bring him back to Persepolis.
A fourth figure, a brawny warrior, steps out behind them.
However, Mount Kaf becomes a prison full of hostile inhabitants.
One of the bodies rises up, a ribbon of black smoke circling it.
Now separated from your allies, you discover a grand citadel full of mysteries, where time flows differently.
What is this sorcery?
The past coexists with the future.
In a surreal landscape, the warrior bounds over floating debris.
In this cursed land, exploration is everything. This is a semi-open world that delivers new secrets as you find new powers.
The warrior speeds through challenging environments.
But to reach new areas, you have to master your skills and your sense of timing. A trademark of Prince of Persia.
A large insect-like creature appears.
During this epic journey, you won't be the only one trapped in Mount Kaf.
Goddess and blacksmith to the gods.
Some dwellers are willing to help you, while others are more reluctant.
Swinging his dual swords expertly, the warrior battles a giant horned beast, a humanoid with a blue mane, two hyena-shaped opponents, and a massive winged creature with a scorpion-like stinger.
However, Sargon is not a warrior like any other.
Sargon lashes out at another foe with his blades, then uses a bow to let loose arrows.
He is a wild beast, known for being elusive, ruthless, and extremely skillful on the battlefield.
Swinging his two swords, Sargon battles more adversaries, then light swirls around his blades and his eyes glow fiercely.
Fueled by anger, he constantly puts his life on the line to perform devastating attacks.
A stone giant punches Sargon, slamming him into a wall, then pierces his shoulder with a sword.
Time powers are back.
Time stops, then reverses.
But this time,
What the hell was that?
not only in your hands.
A female warrior strikes a ready pose.
To face such a challenge, master a new side to these time powers and defy gravity.
Sargon battles a massive bird, dodges flames from a fire-breathing giant serpent, and evades blows from a blue monster as it swings a huge ball club weapon.
By combining all these skills together, you can express your creativity to solve Mount Kaf's mysteries.
Sargon deftly leaps from one platform to another.
And execute brutal combos in epic combat.
The warrior takes on a glowing, squid-shaped combatant in a ruined landscape, then battles two ghoulish figures who hover using large bird-like wings. Surrounded by tendrils of light, Sargon challenges one attacker after another. A title appears, Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, a Ubisoft original.
And that's just a glimpse of what Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown is all about. On behalf of the team from Ubisoft Montpellier, we cannot wait for you to put your hands on the game. It releases on January 18, 2024, on all platforms.
Pre-orders available.
There you are.
Don't let him escape!
Time to vanish.
Get back here, dog! You hear that, bloodbag?
Stand and fight, you worm!
You're dead!
Getting away!
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
I am glad you are safe.
Alhamdulillah. A first of many achievements to come, Basim.
We should only hope. There's still much work to do. While our focus was on Al-Ghul, Fulaf quietly scouted the city for where we could erect more bureaus.
I have found dwellings in 3 districts that are most unassuming. Abid and Rebecca have arrived from Alamut and set off to Al-Abbasiyah and Karh. I will make my way to Sharqiyah shortly.
And I will join Rebecca in Karh, where corruption is as common as the arid air. See Abu Ja'far about some things he's been working on. Then come find us.
Have a look, Basim. I may have something that is of interest to you.
Resourceful as always. My thanks, Abu Ja'far. This is the place. What do you see, Enkidu? Let us reconsider the approach. Act as usual.
That guard who likes me said she and Ali's followers are trying to overthrow the prince.
What madness! They will surely fail.
Shit! What? She little bastards! What? Hey! Die now! Hey!
The sky is safe, my friend. Survey the area, Enkidu. There is my target.
I heard his favorite was a spy. And that could be why we had a lot of...
You learn your play! What I wish to know, and no more need die this day. Come on.
Get in! Stop him! No! Where is the sword? He must face the law!
Points of light glow like stars in a black sky. The view draws back, revealing the lights glittering inside a piece of a broken crystal that glows blue as it sits on a table with a pike mask, a deck of sabacc cards, and data discs. A creature's little hand reaches up and swipes an oval object with a scaly black surface off the table. Carrying the object in its mouth, the creature, the size of a small dog with 3 tendrils on each side of its gecko-like face, brings it to a young woman kneeling to the side of a doorway.
Good boy.
She pockets the object.
I want that fighter stripped for parts by tomorrow.
The woman peers through the doorway.
All right, Nix. Let's go get paid.
She sneaks up on a guy just beyond the doorway and punches him out.
That worked.
She creeps behind stacked crates toward 2 figures on a walkway.
Because he knows how to handle the Empire.
We cannot trust those officers. They take our credits now, but what stops them from stabbing us in the back?
The young woman hides as one of the figures walks away.
Nix.
Various options toggle on screen. Attack, distract, and press, which gets selected.
Hit that button.
The creature, Nix, dashes to a control panel and jumps up to press a button. A pulley system starts to move, carrying a large crate across the walkway.
Nice one.
The young woman jumps on, and Nix leaps onto her back.
Hang on tight, little buddy.
She clings to the side of the crate as it carries her over the facility, full of starship parts. She drops onto the lowest level near a thruster and stays low as she moves among the spare parts. A Rhodian points a gun at her. A subtitle reads, "Hired gun, in Huttese. What are you doing?"
Hey, I was just
Blast her! The young woman draws her own blaster, shooting down the Rhodian.
Okay, we'll figure this out.
The young woman runs up a ramp as explosions rock the lowest level. Red emergency lights flash on the next floor, where an enemy activates a shield.
Shield!
An option appears, blaster or focused, which selects. She fires, disabling the shield and knocking out the enemy. As blaster fire comes at her from multiple directions, she ducks behind a barrier before firing back.
Hey, Nick! Catch!
She fires at something near a TIE fighter on a scaffolding platform, causing an explosion.
This is getting bad.
She shoots onto the lower level, where 2 enemies firing at her take cover. She takes out one enemy, then shoots at the other. An option appears. Pick up.
Let's try this out.
She opens fire with a blaster rifle, causing an explosion that sends people flying.
Dink Ferric!
Stop her!
She tosses the spent rifle and runs for an open dock. Throwing a cable onto a mechanical arm, the young woman lowers herself out of the facility with Nix on her back.
I think that went pretty well, right?
Still under fire, she hops on a speeder bike and heads across rocky terrain until she outruns the attack. Racing over a plateau, she catches air, finding 2 pursuers up ahead.
These guys don't quit!
Maneuvering between them, the young woman pulls ahead on a dirt road.
Hang on!
On the back of her bike, Nix looks behind them. The pursuers overtake her, then the view slows as the young woman draws her blaster. She fires on one pursuer, then the second, causing him to crash into a rock formation.
That was close.
She hugs the dirt road's curves.
ND5, I got the package. Where are you?
Waiting for you in Jauntus Hope. Were you seen?
I said I got it. What else matters?
Should I assume we won't be working for the Pikes anytime soon?
Well, they'll probably forgive me.
Comforting.
The young woman steers around a rider going in the opposite direction as she heads toward a town.
There's Jonta's Hope. We made it, Nix.
She drives beneath an arched entrance with letters hanging from above. Parking her bike, she hops off and stares toward a circular building. Text appears. Jonta's Hope, Toshara. She waits for a speeder to pass before crossing the road. Breaking into a jog, she goes by a Twi'lek woman leaning against a post. Weathered doors slide open for the young woman and Nix to enter a dimly lit cantina where they approach a humanoid droid wearing a long coat at the bar.
Hey, Andy.
You're late, Kay. Donka's waiting.
What? Are you worried?
No.
Okay.
A bouncer stops them. A subtitle reads, "Bouncer" in Huttese, not the droid.
What?
Be careful. Donka's a broker, not a friend. She can't be trusted.
Who can out here? See you back at the ship.
Downstairs, Kay passes through a beaded curtain into a private area where a hologram shows a fight. A Mon Calamari wearing a popped collar and layers of necklaces sits with an Imperial officer.
Round 2 and I still like my odds.
Her companion nods toward Kay as she approaches their table.
Kay Vess. Back already? I told you she's fresh, but she's good.
Who's this?
Just a friend. Join us.
Kay sets down the black object as she sits.
Job was more complicated than you said, Donka.
You lived.
Donka opens the object, revealing shifting mushroom-like plants growing inside. Nix leans in close.
Hey, these aren't toys.
Nix backs down, and Donka plucks one of the plants.
They're investments.
The officer holds out her gloved hand expectantly, and Donka gives her the plant, then pays Kay.
Wait. We haven't met. Don't really know many of you.
Stealing illegal contraband, running with syndicates. I could say you're a threat to the Empire. But I won't have to, if you're smart.
2 options appear, bribe or do not bribe. The latter is selected.
Thanks, but I'm smart enough to get myself out of trouble.
You pay the tax just like everyone else.
Kay draws her blaster.
Let's just relax.
The officer holds up a comm link.
You won't make it off to Shara alive.
Maybe.
Backing away from the table, Kay holsters her weapon and strides through the beaded curtain. As she arrives back upstairs, her image appears on screens throughout the establishment.
All troopers, we have reports of a fugitive in Jonta's Hope. Move to apprehend.
Kay runs outside.
That Imperial announcement wouldn't be about you, would it?
Could be.
I told you not to trust her.
Not the first time we've outrun the Empire.
With Nix running at her side, Kay sprints up a ramp onto a landing pad. They hurry up a ship's open ramp, and once inside, make a beeline for the cockpit, where ND5 waits in the co-pilot's seat.
We need to leave.
Yeah, no kidding.
As Kay sits in the pilot's chair, options appear over the seat, controls, and navigation computer. The ship lifts off, coasting clear of the landing pad before accelerating in an upward trajectory into the cloudy blue sky. The ship passes into a cloud, the thrusters glowing through the surrounding haze as the craft ascends. The haze clears as they leave the atmosphere. They arrive near disabled ships and floating debris. Text reads, Toshara Orbit, Toshara System.
Are we good?
Nothing on the sensors, yet.
Suddenly, firing ships close in on them.
Anybody on the sensors now?
TIE fighters on us.
Near the wreckage of a ship, Kay fires back.
Got one.
I feel inclined to remind you that we should shake the Empire, quickly.
Thanks, I'm working on it.
Kay flies through a hole in a giant piece of the disabled ship, emerging in a thick debris field. Another ship fires on them. Kay accelerates between 2 halves of another large piece of wreckage for cover. As her ship coasts back into the open, an enemy vessel appears out of hyperspace.
ND, get us out of here.
It's dueling hyperdrive.
Kay's ship barrel rolls to the side to avoid a blast.
Let's jump.
Stars stretch into streaks of light as the ship makes the jump to hyperspace. It emerges near an asteroid field above a gray planet. Akiva Orbit, Akiva System.
We made it.
Text appears. Quest completed. The broker. Curving lines resembling parentheses framing the ship center on the planet. On board, Nix leans his front legs against Kay's seat and she invites him onto her lap. He hops up and she pets him. She pulls one of the plants out of her pocket and eyes its bulbous purple top.
Got your new toy.
Nix happily holds it between his teeth.
So, where do we go next?
Anywhere we want.
Nix jumps out of her lap and Kay pushes the ship's throttle forward. Nix leaps onto the back of the captain's seat as they weave through the asteroid field toward the planet. Seen from behind, Kay finds herself surrounded and puts up her hands, but draws her blaster as someone fires at her. She ducks into a doorway. Later, she sees people fleeing and steps out to find an AT-ST towering over her. Various views follow Kay through different environments, including a snowy street, an arid town, and an industrial facility with ND5. Now, Kay sneaks through a hangar swarming with stormtroopers. In a corridor, she shoots down a trooper, then bashes into a second. A TIE fighter chases Kay's ship out of an exploding hangar.
Star Wars Outlaws, coming 2024.
StarWarsOutlaws.com.
Os damos la bienvenida a Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, un juego de acción y aventura en primera persona que os invita a explorar el universo de Avatar en una experiencia inmersiva de mundo abierto. Soy Dite Dinfeld, directora del juego, y estoy muy emocionada por revelar lo que os aguarda en él. La historia del juego comienza cuando la RDA empieza a operar en la frontera occidental. John Mercer, uno de sus líderes, os secuestra junto con otros niños Na'vi para enseñaros las costumbres humanas con la esperanza de volveros en contra de vuestro propio pueblo. Pero su plan se interrumpe por la batalla de las montañas Aleluya y os someten a criogenización de emergencia. Cuando despertáis, 15 años después, sois extraños en vuestro propio mundo. Conscientes del peligro que supone la RDA, os proponéis acabar con ellos y buscaréis la ayuda de otros clanes Na'vi. Al principio, os percibirán como forasteros y tendréis que reconectar con vuestra herencia Na'vi para ganaros su confianza. Hallaréis vuestro propio camino que os llevará a descubrir qué significa ser Na'vi. Exploraréis nuevas regiones de Pandora, cada una con sus biomas exclusivos. El bosque de Kinglor es una selva exuberante, repleta de vida y vegetación frondosa, a la sombra de las imponentes montañas flotantes. Este es el hogar de los Aránage, un clan de pacíficos tejedores que os guiarán en vuestras primeras cacerías y en vuestro primer vuelo. Los Aránage os enseñarán a llegar a la colonia, donde formaréis un vínculo con vuestra propia Ikran. La Ikran será una fiel acompañante a la que podréis nombrar, alimentar y personalizar. Realizad acrobacias en pleno vuelo y sentid cómo fluye la adrenalina al lanzaros en picado y explorar el mundo abierto de Pandora desde el aire. Si viajáis al norte, llegaréis a las llanuras altas. Una inmensa pradera llena de contrastes y horizontes despejados hasta donde alcanza la vista. Aquí vive el clan de los Ceswa, un pueblo nómada en simbiosis con los gigantescos Zakrus. Ganaos su confianza y os enseñarán el arte de montar en Nefastéquido. Y más al oeste, el misterioso bosque nublado, donde envuelto en la niebla, nada es lo que parece. Aquí viven los Kame Tire, un clan de sanadores con sus oscuros motivos para permanecer ocultos. Las operaciones de la RDA amenazan Pandora. Construyen todo tipo de instalaciones para explotar recursos a cualquier precio, propagando una terrible contaminación. En el proceso, los animales sufren y son cazados. Tendréis que impedir que la RDA asole vuestro hogar y más tarde llevaréis la batalla hasta sus puertas. Como criatura Navi entre dos mundos, aprenderéis distintos estilos de combate. Vuestros instintos os permiten ver todo el campo de batalla, marcar a los enemigos e identificar puntos débiles. Las armas Navi son versátiles y precisas. Podéis usar el arco largo contra objetivos lejanos o la onda de fuste para tender trampas. Para tácticas más explosivas, sacad partido del entrenamiento humano con un rifle de asalto, una escopeta o id a lo grande con un lanzacohetes. A pie, usad vuestra tremenda fuerza para derribar unidades AMP. Por encima de las nubes, vuestro Icrán os ayudará en el combate contra la RDA. Destruir instalaciones de la RDA tendrá consecuencias tangibles en el mundo. Al eliminar la contaminación, Pandora se recupera. Podréis recoger materiales de la mejor calidad y fabricar armas y equipo aún mejores. Encontraréis ingredientes para cocinar y hacer la comida más nutritiva. A medida que vayáis descubriendo qué significa ser Navi, mejoraréis vuestras destrezas conectando con Eywa con las plantas Tarsiu y aprendiendo de los recuerdos de vuestros ancestros. Las mejoras de habilidades desarrollarán aspectos de vuestro personaje, como la agilidad natural con la que os movéis, el enfoque sigiloso de la caza o la lucha, o el manejo de armas y monturas. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora es un fascinante juego de acción y aventura que aprovecha toda la potencia de las consolas de nueva generación y los PC. Podréis jugar la campaña completa para un único jugador o con un amigo en el cooperativo en línea para 2 jugadores. Os invitamos a explorar este maravilloso mundo. Convertíos en Navi y eliminad a la RDA para proteger Pandora.
Legacy. It's honoring those that came before us, learning from their triumphs and mistakes, to illuminate and hold their stories to the light for all to see. That inheritance of knowledge helps to guide and shape our future. Now it's your turn to build on those foundations and rise to even greater heights. To step out of the shadows and into a vast world, to make your own legacy.